Hello students, so let's start economic current affairs. The first topic is states capital expenditure. So before getting into the topic, first let's know about the concept called capital expenditure. So the capital expenditure is the money spent by the government on the development of machinery, equipment, buildings, health facilities, education, etc. So capital expenditure is regarded as the fixed asset. Okay, so the money spent for the development of education facilities, hospital infrastructure, transportation, all these come under the capital expenditure. Okay, even though they doesn't give direct benefits, but in future they give more benefits. Like if the literacy rate has increased in India, then in future definitely the employed people and innovations, technology advancements occur, and due to that thing we can export uh, more things, more goods and services to other countries. So finally we can grow economically. So the capital expenditure, increase in the capital expenditure can lead to the increase in the economic growth in the future. Okay, so the capital expenditure is regarded as the fixed asset, even though you don't get any profit now, but at the later stage the profit and its benefit are gained. So the significance of the capital expenditure, the capital expenditure is also termed as capex. Okay, so the significance of capital expenditure by the states are, the first point is it acts as the multiplier effect. So if the state government invests in the better infrastructure, it multiplies and improves the state economically. And the next point is more capital expenditure can boost the future economic growth by creating employment and capacity development. Next one is more capital expenditure can improve infrastructure, research and development, health, education, etc. by promoting inclusive and sustainable economic growth. And this topic was in news because in the month of June, the Department of Expenditure under the Ministry of Finance has approved capital expenditure proposal of 56,415 crores in 16 states. Okay, so under the scheme of the special assistance to states for capital investment of 2023 to 24, this approval, the financial approval of 56,415 crores has been approved to the 16 states to invest as an capital investment. Okay, so here the special assistance is added to the name because this one, so the special assistance is added because under the scheme the central government will provide 50 years of interest free loan as a special assistance. Okay, so for 16 states under the union budget of 2022 to 23 to 24, the special assistance is provided to the states. So it is launched under the Ministry of Finance. So this scheme consists of 8 parts. So under the scheme, the first part is the amount is allocated in proportion to the state's share of central taxes and duties under the 15th Finance Commission. So if one state has paid more central tax and excise duties, then it will get more amount. And if some states have paid less central taxes and less duties, then that will get some less profit, some less capital expenditure amount. Okay, so depending upon the central taxes and duties, the loan amount is approved. Okay, so this is under the 15th Financial Commission. So under this 15th Finance Commission report, the central taxes and duties are kept as a basic structure, and based upon those things the capital expenditure is allocated to the 16 different states of India. So the other parts of so this is about the first part. So amount is allocated based upon the central taxes and duties under the first part of this special assistance to states for capital investment scheme. And the second part is incentives for scrapping old vehicles. The third part is urban planning reforms. Fourth is financial reforms in urban local bodies. The fifth part is housing for police personnel within the police station area. The sixth part is construction of unity malls to promote national integrity. So here the unity malls consist of the arts and artifacts of different states. Okay, so it just signifies the unity of India. Okay, so the seventh part is children's and adolescents library and digital infrastructure. The eighth part is incentives for implementing timely release of CSS funds by state governments to vendors and beneficiaries. So all these are the 8 parts of this special assistance to states for capital investments. So here one more important concept to learn is debt to GSDP ratio. Okay, so here you can see the debt to GSDP ratio. It means the ratio between the debt of the state to the overall income of the state. So if the debt is more than its income, then the state is under the economic crisis. So the state of Punjab has the highest debt to GSDP ratio of 48%. You can see over here. And after Punjab, the highest debt to GSDP ratio is Rajasthan state, and next Haryana state. So Punjab, Rajasthan, Haryana have high debt to GSDP ratio. So providing money under the scheme can support states economically. So here, under which part the money is allocated to improve the debt to GSDP ratio? It is under the part 1 of special assistance scheme. Special assistance to states for capital investment scheme. Okay, and providing capital expenditure to the states is good initiative by the center, but there are still some challenges in implementing the capital expenditure properly, because the government could not cut down the revenue expenditure of the states like salary, pension, subsidies, etc. So in order to it may also be a political stunt. So if one party comes to power, if the salaries, pensions are increased, then they cannot cut down even though the government income is very less. So if the center provides any this funds like this capital expenditure, then they take some amount and spend to the salaries, pensions, subsidies, etc. So if the funds are less with the government to pay salaries, pensions, etc., they are using from the capital expenditure. So the state governments are cutting down the capital expenditure. And there is one challenge. The next one is the capital expenditure spending is based on the decision making on political considerations. So it is only based on the political upliftment. And to use the capital expenditure fully, proper capacity building projects and skills are needed to absorb high capital expenditure. Okay, so if someone come and say that they are going to invest on technological research and development, then for that research and development, the educated youth, for that criteria is needed, the infrastructure is needed. So if anybody will come and say that they are going to invest for the development, we are not ready to take it because of lack of skills. And yes, but in many states the absorption of high capital expenditure is less. Thus, by channelizing the capital expenditure into direct and indirect channels, like direct channel promotes spending on physical infrastructure, human capital, and indirect channel promotes spending on private investments, good governance, foreign direct investments, etc. So dividing it into different channels, that is channelizing the capital expenditure into direct channel and indirect channel, may absorb the capital expenditure. And by reducing freebies, what are these freebies are nothing but the political parties sometimes gives free distribution of televisions, mobile phones, laptops, and all these things. These are all called freebies. Freebies are just like a political stunt. It may be good at the beginning, and it may provide the complete positive impression on the political party, but on the later stage we have to suffer, because all the expenditure that should be spent as a capital expenditure for education, for improvement of education, health structure, transportation, etc., they use in freebies. So because of this, the development process will slow down, and later the economic growth decreases. So the freebies are like the are the big threat for the developing countries. So all these are some of the challenges that we are facing, and these are actually obstructing the capital expenditure investments in India. So this is about the state's capital expenditure.